That's a big one. It's just not good. This is our latest, and it's probably not going to be our last. Hey guys! Today's video is all about avoiding some common guinea pig mistakes. This sounds really generic, but some of these mistakes I have made and I have learned from them. Some of these mistakes are actually quite costly, so if you avoid them, you're going to save a lot of money. Be assertive and thorough when you call a vet and rely on recommendations. This advice can save you a lot of money because vets are pretty expensive. Probably the most expensive part when it comes to owning guinea pigs. I spent way too much at the vets when I first got my guinea pigs. My very first guinea pig group consisted of 1 neutered male and 2 female guinea pigs. One of my female guinea pigs ended up having a baby. We adopted her when she was already pregnant. The baby turned out to be a male guinea pig, and I really wanted to keep this baby guinea pig. However, if you already have a neutered male guinea pig, or a male guinea pig in general, it's very difficult to successfully keep 2 male guinea pigs in a group of females. I ended up looking online for a solution for this problem, and what I basically came up with was like a surgery that's called early neutering. And that basically means that you neuter a baby guinea pig at around 3 to 3.5 weeks of age. And the baby guinea pig is between 200 and 300 grams. The grams is actually more important than the age of the guinea pig. And most neutering, the regular kind, usually happens around the 3-month mark. And one advantage of early neutering is basically that your guinea pig can stay with the herd. So usually if you get your guinea pig neutered, it needs to be kept with another male guinea pig for 6 weeks. And if you do the early neutering, your guinea pig can just go back to the herd right after surgery. And can continue to stay with their mom guinea pig, but also just, herd life just continues as normal. There's no disruption in the herd life. And this can increase your chances of being able to successfully keep a mixed group. Trying to find a vet for this was really hard, and I called a couple of vets, and some told me that they would totally do the surgery and that they perform early neutering all the time and that I needed to come in for a consultation. Came in for the consultation, it turned out that they meant they would neuter my guinea pig at 12 weeks, but I still had to pay for the consultation. There was actually one vet that charged me €50 for that, so thank you! At the end, I found a list of telephone numbers of vets that would perform the surgery online. It was kind of a list that someone had compiled where people said, I had a good experience with this vet and they did the surgery, and they kind of made a master list. That's ultimately how I ended up at the vet that did the early neutering, and they were successfully able to do that, and we were successfully able to have a mixed group. But I paid a lot of money in the beginning for vets that just had me coming in for a talk and didn't really end up wanting to do the surgery. Always make sure you 100% specify what you're trying to do during your phone call if it's the first time you're going there, and also rely on recommendations from other people. Have an emergency basket at home that really covers your emergencies. Kind of like a first aid kit for guinea pigs. Probably going to take some time and experience to actually know what you really need. And obviously a sick guinea pig always needs a vet. But there are some things that can really help you bridge the gap between calling the vet and actually driving there. So one thing that should be in every first aid kit is definitely a powder guinea pig food that turns into liquid. The most common brand that people know is Critical Care. In case your guinea pig stops eating, you already have a huge medical crisis on your hand, and being able to just feed your guinea pig while you're calling the vet is really great, and it definitely increases your chances of your guinea pig successfully recovering. We also always keep painkillers at home for the guinea pigs. You can also call the vet, tell them, look, that's the problem I have. We would like an appointment immediately. Is there something we can do in the meantime? And sometimes if you get rid of the pain, your guinea pig starts eating immediately. In my experience, they always get sick as soon as the vet closes. So usually Friday evening or Sunday. Something that we also keep at home is bloat medication. We didn't really have any need to use it for a really long time actually, but this is something that I still keep in my emergency basket because guinea pigs can get bloated if they eat something bad. If Lumi sometimes gets bloated if she is too cold and the temperature just isn't right for her. So we always keep some at hand. It's actually quite easy to see when a guinea pig is bloated. You can feel their belly, and if it's really big and really hard, it's usually bloat. This is also what my vet always says, like they ask if we have that at home and can already give that to the guinea pigs, since usually it takes a while to, you know, pack up the guinea pigs, get into the car and drive somewhere. And just a couple of these things in your emergency kit can really make a big difference, because there is nothing worse than having a sick guinea pig and needing to go to an emergency pharmacy like an hour away and leaving your guinea pig at home. Not only will you end up paying more at the emergency pharmacy, but also it's just not good. You want to be there to continually feed them and monitor them. Refusing to admit that we'd end up with a cage that is 3 meters long. That's a big one. If you've been following my channel from pretty much the beginning, you know that we have gone through a ton of guinea pig cages. This is our latest, and it's probably not going to be our last, because let's be real, we also kind of like building new cages and having new cages and kind of have fun with that. But in the beginning, definitely, it was less of a fun factor and more of a emergency factor in a sense. We started off with a cage that was 100% not suitable for guinea pigs. I just quickly bought that because I didn't really think we could just easily build an enclosure quickly. Turned out we could, so we built an enclosure quickly. Before you get guinea pigs, get really familiar with enclosures. CNC cages or DIY guinea pig enclosures, type that into Google picture search and just look at the massive cages you will see, because that's probably going to end up being you. And we didn't really want to admit that, so we started off with a cute cage that was huge in comparison to, you know, store-bought cages, but we jumped from 2 guinea pigs to 4 basically in a day. Once the baby guinea pigs stopped growing, the L shape just became too small. So we opted for a bigger cage, and then we realized, you know what? This is still too small. Our guinea pigs just need more space. And you know, all of these numbers are just a little bit abstract. And then you start watching your guinea pigs and you realize how much they're exploring, how much they're having the zoomies and popcorning. And you realize you are going to be that person with that big of a cage. So we went through a couple of cages, and obviously that was very time consuming, and also they cost a lot of money. And we should have just admitted that half of our living room would be a guinea pig cage. Should have admitted that from the start, and it would have saved us a lot of money. So don't be like us. This is your life now. Also, find the biggest package of hay or bedding that you can as soon as you hit 3 or more guinea pigs. I'm not even kidding. Do not waste your time buying small packages of anything. Hay and bedding, the guinea pigs are going to go through so much. I cannot stress through how much hay we go with 5 or 4 guinea pigs. It's wild. So you will save a ton of money if you have the chance to just get a farmer and ask them whether they could sell you half a bale of hay or like a quarter of a hay bale. You will save so much compared to when you're just buying it in the pet store. So as soon as you hit 3 or more guinea pigs, just accept the fact that you're a hay bale person now, because that ends up being cheaper in the long run. Listen to your gut and get a second opinion. Sometimes you just have to trust what you're feeling is right, and you have to get a second opinion for something, even if it ends up costing you more money. In our case, I once got the recommendation from a vet to put down one of my guinea pigs because they said it had an illness that guinea pigs usually don't have. It is something that dogs have, but since a guinea pig has it, they are unable to treat it. I was already a bit confused by that diagnosis, you know, just offhandedly saying that's actually something that only dogs have, so if a guinea pig has it, we can treat it. So I went online, looked for a guinea pig community, and tried to ask people with lots of experience whether they had ever encountered that diagnosis. And it turns out like no one pretty much had. Even people who had owned guinea pigs for like 25 or 30 years had never heard of that, and they were all like, most of them were also pretty suspicious and said get a second opinion. In the end, it turned out that my guinea pig didn't have that dog illness, but the pig had simply bit his cheek. which if you've ever done that as a human, it hurts, it's not fun, and it takes the fun out of eating, which is what happened. And this is why my guinea pig had stopped eating. And my guinea pig continued to live for over a year after that. So good thing we got a second opinion. And this is actually how we found our vet, the vet that we have now, because they were the vet that gave us the second opinion. Definitely, if you have a really bad feeling about something and you feel like, obviously I'm not saying do not listen to your vet if your vet says you can treat a guinea pig and maybe you have to say goodbye to your guinea pig. But if you have a really bad feeling, it only, I know it costs a lot of money, only hurts your wallet to get a second opinion. Sometimes it can really help to find a community of people who've had guinea pigs for a really long time, because these people come with a ton of experience, and sometimes that can give you the push you need to make a certain decision. These were some common guinea pig mistakes that I made, and I hope you don't have to make. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you guys next time. Bye!